Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to everyone. So today we are going to discuss about the topic that we have been chose is about which of the following has the greatest influence on the person characters. So I will start first. In my opinion, has the greatest influence on a person characters is parents, which is the influence of parents on a person characters is often considered as unparalleled since from the earliest stage of life parents serve as a primary caregivers, role models and teachers and also shaping the foundation of a child's values, beliefs and also behaviors. Since this profound impact extend beyond our childhood, influencing various aspects of personal development, emotional aspect of and also social identity. By understanding the multi-factor role parents play, we can just appreciate how they can help to shape not just by the individual but also the broader fabric of society. So also there's several reasons why for me parents has the greatest influence on a person's characters such as early development and also values and morals. And also I believe that everyone have been heard of this one phrase which is like mother like daughter. Common knowledge where parents influence their children development and personality whether we want to admit it or not. Parents are a child's most influential role model. As parents, they spend more time with their children than any other adult. We model to their They are model to their children values as well as their like or dislike, and the children also pick up their parents' good and bad habit. As in children are like sponge, they will soak up everything around them. So before I ended my point, role modeling can be effective parenting tool. As a parents, it is a powerful opportunity that as a parents or maybe one day one of us become a parents should use to our advantage, being a positive role model for our children and requires thinking ahead and self-control. So that is from me. How about you, candidate B? What, in your opinion, which of the following has the greatest influence on a person's characters?
Okay, for me, yes, I do agree with you. Parents do have a big impact on a person's character development because they already be with a person from the day they are born. Uh, but also, I think the most important person to shape a person's character is like the grandparents because why? They are the person's parents. So in the early stage of life, even though they did not uh, how do I say this, be with their grandparents so often, maybe during celebrations like Hari Raya, Deepavali, and other public holidays, they will usually go to their parents' hometown. So automatically they will spend more time with their grandparents than their parents because why? They don't usually go to visit their grandparents. So by that, uh, in early stage of life, they already uh, how do I say this? They are already be familiar around old people. So automatically they will know that old people don't have a long life ahead of them. They know that one day they will leave this earth. So by that they will learn to be more sympathetic towards people because they know how hard it is for old people in today's generation. And it's like when we visit our grandparents, right? It's not like we talk to them as how we talk to our parents. We show them more respect. We show them more sympathy because why? they are not as active as they were. And we also could learn so much from them because they have so many uh, unique experiences since they have lived for a long time. So I think grandparents uh, play a major role in a person's influence when coming to building a character. How about you, candidate C?
I'm agree.
Okay, so you agree, and how about you? What's your point on who is the greatest person to influence a person's life?
From my view, I suggest is teacher is the teacher has the greater influence on the person character, because teacher always in our life we are go to schools because we are learning from them. Teachers has the teacher always teach us moral values, how to study, how to be a good student. We learn from them most of the time. Will grow up with them and go to universities. They are also guiding us always. That's my point. Thank you.
Okay, how about you, candidate D?
I think the point for candidate C uh, is great, but I think friend is more greatest influence for a person. It's widely accepted that friends significantly influence one person's life, especially in their childhood and adolescence. It's always important since it affects our action, things we care about, and things we consider to be important. Um, while family members are often assigned to us through birth, friends are people we choose based on our compatibility and likeness. Meaning their influence is like to be close to heart. They can also change our emotion and assist in handling with some of the most severe moments and widely define our capacity as people and our preservative. Friends are also good company to have because they can motivate us to work and get better to give our very important opinion if we get in trouble. Similarly, we lose positive influence for friends, which are horrible parts to lead us. This influence highlight to necessary for the selection for friends to be a careful process due to the massive impact that friends can have on their former character. That is my opinion.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so since everyone has gave their opinion on which of the following has the greatest influence on a person's character, so I guess that's it. And before we end up our discussion, so for the conclusion, we have to agree with one viewpoint about which of the following has the greatest influence on the person's characters. So personally, from my opinion, I will still stick to my point, which is parents has the greatest influence on a person's characters. How about you guys?
Uh, for me personally, I also agree that parents have the most influence in a person's life because uh, a person a person usually reflects their parents. So, for example, if they are abused from a younger age, they will grow up being a rebel to everyone. They will not listen to anyone because why? They already live in such a horrible stage from such a young age. And if uh, live a happy family with a happy parents, they that guide them. So that also will build their character in a positive way. So for me, I think parents is the most important person to create a person's attitude and influence them into a greater lifestyle.
Okay, so thank you, candidate B. How about you, candidate C and candidate D, about your agreement on which has the greatest influence on a person's characters?
For me, the parent has the most powerful uh, character because they are raising the childrens. Uh, because children will learn from them how their attitudes, how their behaviors. We will learn from them. That's all. How about candidate D?
So for me, I think parents was a good influence because, like you see, parent is the most important person in our life. So when we grow up, we always with them. So we always follow their attitude. So they are most important influence since we are chill and grow up.
So, thank you, everyone. So, lastly, we all agree which is parents has the greatest influence on a person's characters. So, I think that's all for the discussion today. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.